Hi, this is Chris from Orange Coast College's Art Department, reviewing the draw-through technique for design sketching. Now, this technique and terminology has been popularized by Scott Robertson, formerly the Entertainment Design Chair at Art Center College of Design, both there and through many of his books, probably most importantly, How to Draw. Here's a sketch setting up a three-dimensional solid in perspective using the draw-through technique. And what this does is it asks you to imagine that you can see through your three-dimensional forms to the backside or to any surface that you can't see from your point of view and draw it as if it was a wireframe model. Here's another very elaborate sketch, but you can see the impact this can have. So he's not using any three-dimensional software to model this. This is all done through drawing through and calculating perspective. Let's take a look at this 3D model in SketchUp. If you've used 3D software, you're familiar with this view. Sometimes we call it X-ray or wireframe, where the surfaces become translucent and we can see through the front surfaces to the back surfaces, and it really helps us visualize what's going on. Now let's take a look at this in a sketch form. So here's the setup drawing that I've got for another video talking about line weights. But with almost everything that we draw or paint, we're doing some sketches and some setup drawings to get things exactly how we want them. So here I'm doing a drawing of this hot water heater. You can see in the upper left there. And I've already done this sketch. In fact, this is a second sketch. I had a much rougher one that this is a bit of a trace over. But what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to draw through, meaning seen as if it was transparent. So there's a few reasons. One, it's just easier to draw these ellipses when I'm drawing the whole ellipse. So drawing through is often easier to do than trying to draw a fragment of something. So here I've got some ellipses. I also want to be able to visualize the three-dimensionality. So here I've got two section planes running through the cylinder at the lid and at the rib, and then here's a bottom plane. And so being able to see these planes mentally is helpful. And so when you're drawing through, you're building that way of seeing. You're developing that in your mind. And so drawing through helps with that, not only in developing the way you imagine, but in the way you draw itself. So here I'm looking at the back handle, and in the picture you don't really see it all, but here I can tell if I'm lined up accurately. I can tell if I'm in perspective accurately. Here's being able to visualize the cylinder of the pot itself, and then adding in some extras. So the little handle on top and the spout. So the reason you want to be able to see all this happen is to develop your sensibility about all three dimensions. The way you draw, the way you look, the way you imagine, and probably most importantly, how you design. And this is going to help you out, both rough sketching to just kind of see if you've got things correct, or if you want to do it like Scott Robertson, if you want to nail that down, you can use this technique to calculate in perspective what your design should look like. So I encourage you, draw through when you're designing. It really helps you understand the forms that you're working with. All right, Now it's your turn. Go give it a shot on your next design sketches.